Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Today I want to talk about Simon Kinberg. We know he's going to be writing a new Star Wars trilogy, that it's going to take place somewhere past the sequel trilogy, and that Daisy Ridley's Rey will be in it.
Is that confirmed or is that just the big rumor?
I think it's confirmed.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so much for that.
I mean, he's a writer. He has stated as much. This is his passion. He says, I'm a writer. Everything else I've done in my career, I've learned how to do. But if not being paid to be a writer, I would still be writing. I know in my soul that I'm a writer. I wanted to be a novelist when I was younger, and then I stumbled into writing movies. It feels like destiny. I couldn't avoid it.
Okay. I wanted to be a writer when I was young, and I feel like I kind of am now.
I think at one point I wanted to be a writer, and then I switched to I wanted to be an editor.
Yeah, that's why we work well together. You can edit my nonsense into something worth reading.
The saga shaped his childhood. He has stated as much. He said, Star Wars was the thing for me when I was a kid. There are pictures of me throughout childhood wearing Star Wars t-shirts and sweatshirts. When I was in the hospital for pneumonia, I woke up and my parents left me a little Lego Millennium Falcon on my chest to let me know everything was going to be okay. It's the thing for me, and it always has been.
Yeah, I know how he feels there.
Getting to work on Star Wars has been like a dream for him. This is something he is super enthusiastic about. It's something he's talked about over and over again, that he's really excited to be doing this. He's excited to be working with Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni, as well as the fact that he has been hugely inspired by Tony Gilroy and Andor.
Haven't we all?
He says there's a ton of wildly talented folk that want to do great work. I was super inspired and just sort of awestruck by what Tony Gilroy did with Andor. I thought that was about as good science fiction storytelling as you can do in any franchise.
I very much agree.
I agree 100%. I'm glad that he is, just like George R.R. Martin, we talked about a few weeks ago or a week ago or something.
Oh, yeah.
That they're being awestruck by somebody who's actually writing sci-fi in a way that is really enjoyable.
Well, it's just expertly written. It's not just the matter that it's like sci-fi. It's just well written. It's just good characters. I think not any necessarily, but the vast majority of good stories involve really good characters.
Absolutely.
That's what it doesn't matter what the setting necessarily is, and that's not an argument to say Andor isn't Star Wars, but that's why I say you could take Andor and put it into any universe or modern day Earth if you really wanted to, or however. It's the characters and their stories that get you vested and keep you watching and interested.
Right. I like that Tony Gilroy has come out and said, even recently, that he refuses to write anything else that are for people who can't put their phones down.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think we should be making anything under the impression that your viewer or reader or player or whatever it might be is going to be distracted. When you're creating something, you kind of demand that they give you your full attention. And if you're not making that, then what are you making exactly? Noise in the background for them?
And it tells you something about the modern society, I suppose you could say. When you and I do things together, the last thing I want is for you to be on your phone and vice versa, and we typically aren't. We're usually having a conversation of some sort. When you go into a restaurant and you see a couple sitting down at dinner and 90% of the time they're both scrolling or something on their phones, I go, why are you even here together?
It's kind of sad, yeah. And I'm not saying I never check my phone or you never check your phone.
No, we're human.
Well, we're human and we do try to keep tabs on things because we have a Discord server and we like to know what's going on in there. I don't always get a chance to respond to everybody, but I'm always trying to scroll
keep
through
up
and
with
read.
The conversation.
And see what people are talking about, even if I, again, don't necessarily respond all the time. We've got YouTube channels. I love to read the comments. So I'm reading a good portion of my day, and most of the time that's just on my phone. And one of the reasons why I don't respond to more comments is because I do it on my phone and I don't like typing on my phone.
But I think that also speaks, of course, to Tony Gilroy as a writer. He wants you to be so engrossed in what story he is telling that you don't want to look at your phone, that you're afraid if I sit there and I look at something on my phone, you're going to miss something. And I feel for that. How many times do you see people who are like watching a movie and they're also on their phone? They're playing a video game and they're also listening to a podcast. They're having dinner, but they're on their phone. Like, they're having conversations with people, but they're on their phone.
Well, I mean, the game one, it depends on the game, obviously. If it's not like a story. I'm not to try to be an ass and point that out, but if you're playing Mario Brothers and you're listening to a podcast, that's one thing. If you're trying to play like a story game and you're distracted by 10 other things, then there's a problem.
But I want to be so engrossed in the project that I'm watching, be it a TV show, a movie, something on streaming. I want to be so engrossed in what story you're telling me that I have no desire to pick up the phone.
Exactly.
So that's a credit to him as a writer to want to write things that say, yeah, my phone can wait. This is way more interesting.
I mean, I got to imagine all writers feel that way. I mean, again, I fancy myself as something of a writer. Like, I do stories, I write scripts for videos, and I understand that sometimes people listen to me, they're doing housework, they've told me that's fine, but sometimes you just want to know that you're actually captivating people. That's the whole point
it's important.
Writing and doing what we do, is to actually provide enough entertainment that you don't need to do 10 other things at the same time. Now, again, we just talk. We don't really have much in the way of visual, so I'm not mad if you're doing the dishes while you're listening to us or out on a bike ride or whatever the heck you might be doing. But if you're trying to tell a story, if you're trying to capture an audience with a story you're writing, why would you want people doing other things at the same time? That's kind of ridiculous.
It's the exact opposite of what you hear someone like Dave Filoni saying, that you have to bombard you with visuals or fights and sequences to keep your attention, whereas Tony goes, if I just make it that interesting, you're not looking away anyhow.
Yeah, that was so disappointing to hear Filoni say that, because it's not that you can't have cool things on screen and explosions and entertain people with that kind of stuff, but the idea that you need that, otherwise your audience is going to go, oh, this is boring.
The idea that
you're sad.
You're fighting with TikTok, the short form.
Yeah, the one thing you can watch in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I'm going to watch this clip, then I'll watch another 30-second clip, because it makes me feel like we're actually decreasing people's attention span by saying, no, you only need to be entertained for 30 seconds at a time, instead of I can watch this for 30 minutes plus and have it hold my attention. So I look very hopefully at the fact that Simon Kinberg is inspired by Andor, inspired by Tony Gilroy, talking about how it's peak sci-fi writing.
Yeah, because it's good writing. That's the thing.
Yes.
It's just good. That's what I was saying before. It's not necessarily that I would consider it peak sci-fi writing. It's just good writing. It's good character writing. I believe these characters. I root for them. I root against them. I feel for them. That's what writing needs to do.
I said it gives me hope for the trilogy he is writing, that he's taking inspiration, or he's inspired by something that is akin to the storytelling aspect, the deep character looks.
Please, yes.
This is what we want, and if these are the things that are inspiring them in the future, then let's go for it.
Agreed. You have to trust your audience to be able to sit through the boring parts, the talking parts.
The talkies.
Yeah, the talkies.
Okay. Let's move into new this week in Star Wars, etc. On Wednesday for comics, we have Star Wars number 4, because yes, they did restart the numbers again.
Yeah, we're after Return of the Jedi now.
Yeah. Leia Organa is in the clutches of Xantrak stormtroopers, an assassin unmasked, and it's not who you'd expect. The Millennium Falcon cornered, and a message from the Clone Wars era sends shockwaves in the present.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm shocked already. Moving on then. Thursday we have voice chat at 8 p.m. Central Time, where everyone is welcome as long as you are a member of the Discord server, which you yourself can be if you want to join the patron. And then you have access to all of the crazy, awesome conversations had in there.
There's always good stuff in there. You can come talk to us every Thursday night. Literally talk to us if you want to.
We'll
just
be
need
there.
A microphone and a phone or computer, whatever you want to do it on.
Your device of choice.
Yes.
That's really it for
this
week.
It.
We're quiet on the movie front right now.
We're just quiet on everything.
Quiet on quite a number of fronts.
Yeah.
We've got stuff in the pipeline next month, September, right? They get that Lego thing's coming out, right?
Yeah. Yes, the Lego thing is coming out. We didn't talk about that at all, did we?
We did not.
Well, we kind of talked about it right now. So there you go, the Lego thing.
In October, Visions will be back.
Yeah.
Super excited about that.
We've enjoyed both seasons of Visions, and we usually dive into every episode and do a lot of cool things.
My prediction is that in December, we're going to be getting the Mandalorian first trailer, Mandalorian Grogu. I'm thinking that they're going to put it in front of the Avatar movie.
That could certainly be.
That's my prediction.
I can guarantee you there'll be one during the Super Bowl, because that'll be 3-4 months before.
Yeah.
But I think you could do a teaser before Fire and Ash.
I think it's fair.
Avatar.
The teaser for that was put in front of Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So
well, they're all Disney. It's
exactly.
all Disney.
It's all Disney.
We live in a Disney world.
And I'm sure they're expecting a big turnout for that. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, the last one made billions.
But that's my prediction.
Okay, that's a solid prediction.
Early prediction.
All right. Well, for now though, that's all we got for you this time. Your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time. Thanks for watching.